Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I am your host, the caster they call Ghost, coming back to you with another 1v1 on Berg, aka Odin. Or technically, the ice planet. Today we have a 1v1 between the blue player, Jameseilliott, and Jonuz. So this is going to be incredibly confusing. We're probably just going to use their colors. So, quick little introduction about this fantastic map. It is effectively a 3D map. It's got nice little choke points to force your players to do things that they probably don't want to do. And of course, we'll get right into winning now. As you guys can see, on one side... Fucking neighbors, goddamn, I hate these assholes. Oh, you're doing things, Ghost? Don't worry about me. We'll just blast our shitty-ass rap music because we're so cool. Now, completely ignoring my douchebag neighbors, we have Blue deciding to open up with vehicles while his opponent, Orange, is actually going to try and open up with a bot factory. Now, both players going straight for the fabricators regardless of what their tech path was, which is quite interesting to see because, in essence, they're effectively identical. Both bots and vehicles use the same amount of resources and energy, so it's quite identical in this point. But it looks like Orange was the slightly quicker player, with his metal extractor being just a little bit faster. It's about halfway, while it's probably going to finish, and it'll probably be Blues will probably be about halfway done once it's completed. Now, it looks like the very first change has come out, with Blue opting to go for a tank, while Orange is going to stick to bots, having two. It looks like what we're going to see is, we'll swap this up. There we go. Look at that sweet casting skills. We've got two bots going for a radar at docks, and it looks like there's going to be mass docks coming out of this player. Now, he has opted to go with an anti-air, but still going into air, which is fantastic to see. Always nice to have some form of ground anti-air, just in case your opponent tries to go for mass air. And it looks like he's going to try and send some of these docks out. We do see mass tanks coming out of Orange, so it looks like we've kind of seen what this guy will be doing. We're going to see, this is the very first time I think I've seen a... Oh god, I'm having a brain fart. Oh no, this is so bad. It's a pelican. It's a pelican. I thought it was a pelican, but apparently I thought it might have some super special name now that it's got now that it's actually part of tier 1. Really curious to see where this is going to go. I think this might have been an accident, but I want to believe that this probably had some reason to be here. Maybe we're going to see some form of flame tanks. Flame tank drop, flame tanks, it would be fantastic to see. Maybe we're going to see him, actually would be really cool to see, would be him to pick up one of these fabricators, which he is, and he's going to fly it over the giant crevice, which will absolutely skyrocket his build speed time because of all this fantastic metal, and he's going to do just that. No, he isn't. Actually, he decided that he didn't want to do that, and he's going to fly him back here because apparently this little docks got scared. Now, it looks like Orange, or Blue on the other hand, we're going to just do the whoop, there we go, has actually opted to go for air fabricators instead of using his botch, which is of course another fantastic idea to do. The problem is, as we can see from our other player here, he's just going to send some anti-air over here, and that will probably be a quick little kill. Easy, you know, two fabricator murder. We've got a docks here for some vision coming out of Orange, but looks like Blue currently has the biggest military, which can be scary, but if you're careful, you're totally fine. And oh, he's gonna get both of them. He might just lose. He actually let that happen. Okay, spy plane at the bottom of this hole. I mean, I guess in terms of scouting, this thing is actually in a fantastic little spot. It's cheeky as all hell, but it's fantastic for easy peasy vision. As we can see, he can see everything here, and there's no way anything's ever going to be able to get down there to kill it. Now, I think that might be an uber please kind of moment here, because how's he supposed to get rid of this vision from his opponent? He can't build anything there. He might see some vehicles. Oh no, he's actually going to decide to let it go away. Alright, so two more anti-air fighters coming out of Orange. A bomber actually being built here, so excuse me, great to see that. Looks like the Pelican has done its job, dropped off our little fabricator buddy over there, and it looks like Orange might just get started on trying to, or Blue might start moving. We don't know. We've got a lot of tanks or no anti-air out of this, which is kind of concerning to see, especially with the massive anti-air and bomber mix that Orange currently has. But in terms of economy, both players doing fantastic. If we look at the army tab here, we've got 4 fabricators for Blue, 3 for Orange, and a total of 4 factories for Blue. So while he is ahead in the factories, the fabricators, excuse me, he is very below on the factories. But that can be okay as long as he's continuing to maximize what he's doing. That is absolutely all right. We actually have Invictus here helping speed out a lot of these anti-air, so he is very concerned about making sure that his mass tank army is completely safe. And as we can see, just numerically base-wise, this is a very, very, very more stronger army compared to its Orange counterpart. Now, jumping back to economy, we do see just in general map presence though, Blue is a lot more passive. We can see that he's got some form of economy. He doesn't have a lot, but really that's all he's going to need to break this. Now, as I say that, of course, I am proven wrong. He's going to need quite a bit of help, especially if all of these tanks continue to get built. He's even got some flame tanks here to help kind of bolster this army, and maybe it's just because it's not all in one spot that I can really get to gauge it and guess how big it is. But it looks like Orange will be the first player to move out. He's going to probably try and make a move against this giant army, and I'm really curious to see how this is going to play out. He's so certain he's going to win this fight that he's not even bringing all of his units. Look at that badassery coming out of Orange here. Now, what is Blue's answer to this? Right now, it looks like he's going to try and build up a lot more tanks, but I don't really know if it's going to be enough. Orange has decided to actually just chill in his little corner. Neither player really wanted to move. I think this might turn into a one-shot, one-kill kind of deal here, where it's not really who moves out first, it's who throws the first punch. Looks like neither player really wants to do anything. Orange, though, being the cheeky one at first here, he's going to build some walls to help absorb a lot of that damage that would normally be taken. But what are walls in terms of value when they're not even able to move? Looks like Orange is going to be the first to move out. Blue going to see that there is absolutely no reason for all these fighters to be here, and he's still going to move out. He can see that he can take the great numerical advantage. Orange having to back off here while Blue moves in to try and do some serious damage here. This flame tank might actually die this time. Fantastic to see more flame tanks dying, but it is just simply Blue has too much. Now, we are going to see a bomber finally coming out here for Orange, but I don't really think that's the best idea. Little buddy, you just went into the wrong part of the town, and these tanks are just going to start moving over. Now, we do see a bit of a Doc's push, kind of looking to try and knock out maybe some of Blue's economy, but at this point, it really doesn't matter. He's actually surplusing in energy, and Orange, surprisingly enough, is the one that's dropping. Now, I think he needs to kind of calm down with these factories. He's got quite a few. He needs to finish this one, though. I really think he should finish this factory. It's going to uninstall if he doesn't do anything, and Blue's going to continue to move out. Now, I think he should try and bolster his forces before trying to push. He's obviously fighting into a much greater concave. It's literally like 3 versus, I think, 4 or 5, and obviously 4 versus 5 in a numerical fight like this, you do not want to be taking that. Now, Orange just economically is just fantastic. I don't know why. Oh, there's the rest of your army. Well, this would be really nice to see if there wasn't a commander here. I really would think that he could probably do a lot of damage here, maybe kind of come down here, swing around. We're going to keep an eye on this little entrance here, but I would assume that all of Orange's attention is trying to get some serious damage done. If he happens to go north, he's going to find a commander. His commander is actually being pulled off for this. The docks need to start moving. These docks can actually do some serious damage here against the energy factories. Their health being dropped, I believe, to about 300, and he just needs to do this. He just needs to kill off all this energy, just kind of punch Blue right in between the legs, really, and get some serious damage done. But it looks like right now he's just trying to kind of get around and trying to avoid this giant army that is the Blue Armada. Looks like he's going to pull back, only able to get one, not even able to finish off that second factory, which is really disappointing. And really, I don't think that was a fair trade for him. I think he maybe should have just tried to kind of come down here, slip down. Even if he lost all of these factories or all these tanks, it would have been worth his time, because I don't know. That's a lot of energy, though, that Blue has, so maybe it might not have been even worth it regardless. So looks like Blue's in a bit of a turtle position right now. With this orange army here to kind of block his expansion, Blue's in a bit of a spot. His commander, I think, needs to start either opting to try and kill this off or continue with his energy. He's surplusing really hard on the energy, and I think he needs to start building something or expanding, because right now, even with his, like 5 metal extractors, he's still able to actually surplus on 5 metal extractors. And at this point, guys, I would almost say that Blue's in a very serious pickle here, just because of, in terms of economically size-based. Oh, okay, so it looks like Orange has opted to try and take something, maybe something for his trade, but at this point, that was a fantastic Uber by Blue's commander. Doesn't even get these energies. Oh my goodness, these batteries are chilling on like 2 and 3%. None of them are really above 10. These reds are just itching to die. But it looks like they will not get to embrace the sweet, cold, icy touch of death. Instead, they will continue to produce energy for a player that has effectively turtle at this point. I don't think Blue really knows what to do. I think he's a little bit scared, and he might be shivering in his robotic blue boots, because I do not see any factories coming out of this player. He's still building energy, and I think we might see an explosion in a couple seconds here. But that is either way It looks like orange is continuing to produce factories, which is fantastic to see, especially with the large economy that he has, opting to go for a lot more of a safer and more secure attack, even going for this very large metal field here. He's actually building a lot more. He's even got a radar, which is really nice to see. But it looks like orange is actually going to start moving out here. The final kill might be on its way if he can get this taken care of. A lot of stuff here for orange. He just needs to be safe and secure about his decisions. If he doesn't make the right choice, he could easily lose all this, and we might be stuck here for another 10 minutes as we see how orange can try and break this turtle shell. Especially because there is anti-air here. Okay, I was really concerned to see that there was absolutely no anti-air here, but the AA that was here was enough to actually kill off everything. Not much damage. I think it was maybe some tank health was taken, but no actual dead tanks. So hey, even if it allows some body shots to be absorbed, excuse me, that would obviously be a lot more. Now it looks like these orange tanks are stacking up, trying to bait all of the units of blue, which is what they are doing. And if you can try and maybe multitask these armies so one goes up and over, maybe even gets the commander, that'd be perfect, because as you can see, he is easily setting up for a nice quick little kill. In terms of vision, orange doesn't know how good he's got this position, really. He does not see that there is a giant army effectively right outside his vision. He does see one tank now, and he's going to start moving. He sees all these tanks, these flame tanks, doing exactly what they need to do, which is, oh my goodness, I would not want to take that fight. That is a hell of a lot of tanks, and he's still going to go balls to the wall, trying to do as much damage as he can, but I really don't think this is the fight he wants to be taking. I think he needs to send his other army, which he's trying to do at this point, and maybe try and snipe off the commander. I'm surprised there's no vision here. Where is his bloody radar? Is that radar on the other side of the map really the only thing he has? I think it is. Which is, I mean, it's nice to see, but it's not really doing anything for him. He needs to put maybe his radar up here, maybe a little bit closer to this little ice peak, so he could at least see this kind of upper rim or the cusp of his opponent's base. Now, some more bombers being built out here for blue. Blue just doing surprisingly well for a turtle. I thought that he might be able to push out. I mean, this is honestly a lot of units, and in terms of military strength, he's got it right now. Orange, he's still trying to rally his units, but there really isn't much out here for him. Blue, though, on the other hand, has got a lot of tanks. This is a lot of just physical stuff that is on the field here for blue. Orange, on the other hand, he's got some walls. He's got a lot of bombers babysitting his commander, but the commander really isn't doing much. Maybe he needs to build some more energy, or not more energy. Well, actually, yeah, energy would be fantastic to see, but instead he's going to go for tier 2, which is a fantastic choice. Trying to get that tier 2 would be really nice to see, but we don't really see much else. We see a lot of factories here, but nothing to really kill this. And if blue wanted to, he could honestly just throw some walls down, turtle up a little bit, get some nice tier 2, and then force orange into an even worser trade like we saw down here, and then really just kind of roll through with the army that he still has remaining, because currently there is just nothing here. There is absolutely nothing to kind of stop this army. There's a lot down here. It's out of position, and if really blue wanted to make the move, which of course he doesn't know he could, but of course with our godly vision that we can see, he could. We're gonna move this around here. Just maybe we'll keep an eye on his base, see if anything actually goes down there. Oh, that's a cheeky little spot that I didn't even think would be there. But a lot of tanks being built out here for blue. Looks like another tank kind of stepping over its boundaries. There's a nice little, no man's zone. Don't want to go through there. I think this is kind of a lull right now. I think both players have just opted to not do anything. Blue, I think, needs to take this time to maybe grab these 2 metal extractors that he's lost. He is in 58% efficiency, which is most likely because of his economy. And well, obviously it's because of his economy, but as you can see, he's just passing bombers. Okay, excuse me. Apparently, when you're kind of forced into a turtle spot, I guess the best option is to try and go for a quick little calm snipe, which in all actuality it would work out pretty well. A lot of blue or orange's forces are nowhere near to babysit this calm. There is a lot of anti-air here, though. If he's going to try and do this, he needs to possibly get these bombers to get some pretty sweet connects. No anti-air here for these tanks, and I don't think orange realized how strong blue's going to this. Guys, you need to have vision on your opponents. Even if you force them into a turtle spot, seeing that they're massing bombers, seeing that they're, not going tier 2, and as you can see with blue, or orange, excuse me, he's almost halfway. This entire army is going to get cleaned up by this massive bomber squadron that blue has. And really, this is kind of one of those things that I was telling you guys about. You need to have that vision. It looks like blue's going to continue to try and move out here. No anti-air to really try and clean this up. I think he needs to be moving some more anti-air, though. I don't see any, though, and that's really concerning me. If blue isn't, or orange isn't careful, well, actually, blue needs to be careful in this position. That's a lot of anti-air here to make sure that he doesn't even touch this. Okay, so it looks like we are going to see blue believing that he's in the advantageous position. So if he can break these walls and break through this second line, he's going to be in a really good spot. Now, his bombers should be able to see this commander. They do see the commander, so if blue is able to make this shot, break through these walls, we might see an attack on Titan, and we will have a exposed commander at this point. These walls absorbing a lot of the damage. This is the biggest thing that I don't think that blue should be trying to attack into. He needs to focus down some of these walls if he wants to have a good fight. But right now, these walls just absorbing tons and tons of damage. There he goes. He's focusing down some of these walls, trying to get this open up for his units, but really, this is not a good trade for him. A lot of the damage has just been simply absorbed by this tank. This flame tank, though, doing so much work there, absorbing so much of that damage and just forcing all of his units. Now, as you can see, this trade is just not working out. The hype train has fallen, and I think that might be the end of blue. All of his oh man, yeah, that's the end of blue. Excuse me, that is the end of blue. He is not going to be able to break through that wall just because of the units there. This commander is highly exposed just because there's nothing else here for this commander to kind of, or for blue to kind of throw to protect his commander. And the king might fall if he is not careful. Now, as we can see, I think blue's just kind of trying to get some bombers out, but with the anti-air that is effectively babysitting this army, there is just nothing he can do. Maybe if he gets some incredibly fantastic uber cannons. Nope, he's just going to opt out with the GG. Hopefully we see the GG. I don't know, it's a replay. We can't see the chats between these two fantastic players, but that will be the end of it, boys and girls, with the orange player Jonuz killing off the blue player Jameseilliott with a very quick little micro game. We didn't actually get to see any tier 2, which is a little bit disappointing, but of course, as I always say, guys, my name's Ghost. I hope you guys have a good day, afternoon, good night. Please, 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 please make sure you expand and never try to get stuck in that turtle position. I'll see all of you guys later. Be safe. Bye bye.